Okay, great. So let's, this is great. We're getting some sort of confirmation that our payment information settings have been saved. Let's flesh this out a little bit more. So let's make this a bit more comprehensive. So then, now that I've confirmed, I've provided them their first name and last name, that's great. Let's take it a bit further and just kind of reiterate some of the other personal and payment information settings. So under here, I'm going to add another echo line under step 2a, echo, in our PHP, and we're going to echo out a string, and I'm going to create another paragraph element to confirm, your personal information is, and I'll close the paragraph like that, and always we finish off with a semicolon, which is the end of line delimiter. So you may get some PHP errors. They're usually pretty friendly if you break things, giving you an idea about what line number you've got. So, so we'll do that. So echo out the paragraph, and then under here we're going to create an unordered list, a UL. We've done this in a previous lesson where we had the page with the train car. And so we're going to echo out, first of all, we're going to echo out an unordered list item. So echo, and then we're going to say UL. Okay, that goes on one line. And then the next, after that, then we're going to, actually we can just break to a new line like that. And then we can say list item. And the list item here will be our phone, and then we break out of the string, and then inside here, we've already captured the phone number as variable name phone, and I'll move this down a bit here. So phone, and back into the string, and then we can kind of close out end of list item, and then go to a new line for a new list item, and the next one will be our email, add a space, and then concatenate or glue together our email variable, and then close the list item, new line, list item, credit card type, and then out of the string, and let's get in our variable name CC type, and then we'll close that list item, do a new line, list item, and then we want our credit card expiry. This was a bit more complicated, so we're going to say credit card expiry, which actually comes in two pieces. So the credit card expiry, what we'll do is we'll say year/month, and then we'll break out. So first thing we want to output is the CC year that they would have provided to us on the form, and then back into a string we'll add a slash, and then we'll put CC month, and then back into the string, and then we can close the list item, end of LI, and then new line here, and I'll just back off one here for code formatting, end of unordered list, and then I close the bracket, close the string, and I close the bracket, and you can see how these two brackets are, your code editor might also do this. This is a feature called balance braces, so it's underlined in blue, the closing bracket and its matching partner up above, so that's very helpful. And of course, we've done this echo even though it broke to number lines, so I finish with the semicolon. So that is the full echo line there, where I'm echoing an unordered list item, and then list items for phone, email, credit card type, and credit card expiry. Then I'm closing the unordered list. So the browser, after the PHP on the server spins through this and inserts all that data, we'll just simply we'll output that to the page. So let's try that. Let's go File, Save. and we'll go to our FileZilla, and we will upload the new and improved processform.php over here. Overwrite the file, yes please. And then over to the browser, we'll go back to our page. And now, one of the things we don't have on our page here is a reset button. So I can add that as well. So we'll go back to our code, go back to index.php, and at the very bottom here we have, kind of going out of order here, but that's all right. We have a Save Settings button, and I also have I'm going to add another button just before this, and we'll call it a type equal reset. Clear form. End of button. So add a reset button. I'll save this one, file save. And this will be useful if we've typed something into the form, and a reset allows you to clear all those that content. So then I'll also upload the new and improved index.php to replace this one. Yes, overwrite please, thank you. And when I then go here, I'll need to reload the index page. So I reload that, and you should see I have a clear form. So that means if I have, Chris Brown here, I want to, I've made a typo, or I've entered some of the form incorrectly, I simply hit clear form, and it clears it out for me. So we're going to say Scott Grindle. At scott.com, because I own my own domain. I'll put in my password, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to use a Visa. I'll put in my Visa card number. And expiry, let's go 19, sure, whatever. And so that's all we need to fill out, because that's all we're capturing so far. Go ahead and hit Save Settings. And, oh, you want to, no thank you. Never. So then we can see, yes, that's great, that's working. To confirm your personal and payment information is so and so forth. It looks pretty good to me. Now, if you've made a mistake on your on processform.php, and you've there's a typo in here, I could break this maybe. Oops, I forgot that. Or or I could also misspell echo. I could put a 0 in there by mistake. I can save that. You'll see that the and I'll upload the new processform.php. So when I go back and submit the form again, you're going to get an HTTP error. In order to get useful error messages that tell you exactly line for line where the problem in your PHP, you have to go into the server and change a setting to output PHP error messages. So for now, we're just going to have to rely on checking your code, looking carefully, and making sure that you've got your code looks the same as what you've got on the screen in front of you here in the screencast. So file save. That's great. So step number 3, the checkboxes for communications preferences are a little bit different. So I'll go back here, for example. So we see here with the communication settings, the user can select not just one, but maybe all of them, so one or more. So that means for one value here, right, the COM prefs, COM could be more than one. So for example, let's I'll submit all 3 of those. I'll save settings on the form, and I can look at here at the very end. And so we say, and COM, and this is the array. There's an array syntax here. So this is the left square bracket and right square bracket is what these translate into. So so COM basically array element 1 is email, COM array element 2 is phone, and COM array element 3 is SMS. So all 3 of those got sent to the server. So I need to capture those. Oops, I'll go back here. And what I'll do here, I guess I should upload the repaired processform.php. So we'll head back here. We'll go, okay, this is great. So we know this is going to be an array. So I want to spin through this and list out the different communications preferences that they have selected. So this is what this is going to look like. First of all, so your communication, I've already started this for you. Echo your communication settings include notifications by the following. And we started an unordered list. So now we need to, we also echo the end of the list. So I need to basically create a number of list items, just like we have up here, by looping through that COM array, which is up here. So this here, COM prefs, is actually an array of one or more elements. So I need to loop through, and for each one, build a list item. So this is what that looks like in PHP. So we're going to say for each. So for each element, and I put brackets here, and I say, so what is the array? The name of the array is COM prefs, and we say as item. So this means for each iteration or each spin through this loop, we can refer to each one of those things as an item. So then for each one, I'm going to simply echo out. Of course, we're going to use create an HTML list item dot item back into a string, close the list item, whoops, and end the line. So this this simple loop here just spins through that array, and each time for each element, it could be 1, it could be none, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3 or more. It will create a list item with the name of that preference. That is cool. So this would, and then we just finish off with a friendly message, close the UL, and paragraph, have a great day. So we'll save that, file save, push that to the server. Great, that's great. Let's go back to our form. Let's try it out. So this is good. I'll leave that. I'll select all 3 of those. I don't need to worry with any of these because I'm not capturing these on the form. Right? Doesn't really matter. And let's save our settings. And you can see the communication settings include the following: email, phone, SMS. And if I look at if I right-click and view page source on the page, you can see that sometimes the formatting of the text isn't great, but I have an unordered list, a list item 1, list item 2 for phone, and list item 3 for SMS, and then I close the list item. And the browser doesn't care that there's no proper formatting. It's just looking to see that these elements are in the right order and that they're nested properly. It doesn't really care. The formatting that we put in here is for humans to be able to read the code. So sometimes code that's generated on the server by a server-side language like PHP, the actual HTML that gets output is a little bit difficult to understand. What we could do, if we want, is you could right-click on the page and you can hit Inspect, and you can go through the elements here, and this outputs this in a very friendly format, so kind of a node document node tree. You can see it kind of ignores the text code formatting issues and outputs it in a collapsible tree. So you can see, have I output the right HTML with my code? Pretty cool. So that's terrific. We're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll circle back for one last little segment on validation.